and welcome to this week's edition of the Side Splitters. My name is Lyle,
And I'm Andy.
and our goal tonight is to leave you in stitches.
And we're going to get there together, you and me, against the world and all of its drabblings and doings-ons.
How was your Thanksgiving?
That was my Thanksgiving? Oh, man. So much food.
Did you eat a lot of pie?
I think I legit wore stretchy pants for like 2 days, and like that's probably literally it. And then not as many bathroom visits as I thought there would be for the amount of food involved. Like you pay attention to that. Like when you were eating for like an occasion, you really do pay attention to that sort of thing. And my KD ratio between food and bathroom was not where I wanted it to be.
Wait, so you wanted more bathroom visits?
There should have been more.
Right, I understand how many there should have been, but did you want more?
Well, it depends on what we were working with. There was a lot of corn that meal, so probably not. Because, I mean, it all depends on what you're having. Like, I kind of want those Ben Grimm turds, the kind that take a little while to push, but as soon as it comes out, it's like, oh, so satisfying.
Oh my god.
A lot of pie, too. Had a lot of pies.
Did you?
Oh, yeah, no, we had like 4 different pies.
My grandmom had lemon meringue pie, coconut custard pie, pumpkin pie, mixed berry pie, and then I ate one of every slice of them because it was Thanksgiving and I didn't give a shit about a diet. My brother
Holiday meant to be a cheat day for everybody.
my brother literally said to me, there is going to be 3 different turkeys here and 14 pounds of mashed potatoes. Still want a diet? No.
No, not at all.
And that's all there was. I didn't eat corn. I eat nothing else but turkey and mashed potatoes. There wasn't even gravy for the mashed potato. Okay, one of the turkeys did have stuffing in it. Actually, I'm lying. 2 of the turkeys had stuffing in it. One had traditional bread stuffing. The other one was simply stuffed with bacon.
Okay.
It was a regular oven roasted turkey, a smoked turkey stuffed with bacon, and a deep fried turkey.
I've never had deep fried turkey.
Oh my god, they're so good.
I mean, every time I hear about deep fried turkey, it's because of how somebody lost their house.
No, dude, they are something. If cooked right, and here's the thing, you have to eat them like right away. Like obviously not right away, but you have to eat them fresh. You can't like let them sit out for a while. They dry up, they get cold, they turn nasty.
Yeah, no, I've had old chicken fingers. I kind of realized if that happened on a grand butterball scale that would be a problem.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is too. And they're called chicken tendies. Thank you.
Man, I'm white.
I don't know what that means. You're not white, and I didn't realize chicken tendies was not white. Anyway,
Right.
we got a great episode in store for you guys.
Yeah, off to a hellacious start. So, because we have the good times here, I just have a simple question for you, sir.
Mm.
It's December. It is a month of merriment because this is that magical time of the year where everybody forgets about values and morals and ethics, and it's all about the traditions that what this country was founded on: capitalism and violence. And while a lot of people will have you believe that it's all about, loving and stuff like that, Christmas takes on a whole new tone from the young to the old. And one of those coming of age passages is when you finally have to drop Santa Claus. Do you remember when you had to say farewell to Santa Claus as a concept?
We're going to start this off with just a disastrous story. We're gonna, I'm sure people will laugh at it because it's me.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
So, all right, fair enough. I don't remember the exact time that I said farewell to him, but I remember something leading up to the goodbye Kris Kringle. It was kind of like a, just me getting into that age of questioning things like, something seems a bit off here, How
Is
is
that scab supposed to be there?
how is this going to work? So I went to my mom and I said, Mom, how is Santa going to come in through the chimney tonight when our trailer doesn't have a chimney? And that's when she looked at me and just kind of like, he's going to come in through the front door. Shut up and go to bed. Clearly did not give it a well thought out answer. It was like, why do you still believe in Santa? It's just, he's coming in
Right.
the front door. Just go to bed. And I was like, all right. And then, before bed, I see her just hitting every lock, locking the deadbolt, the doorknob lock, like all of them. And I was just like, either she doesn't want Santa to come here, or he has like some sort of magical key. And then it was just time after that it was just like, all right, maybe he's just not real. That's the major thing I remember that led to me questioning his existence.
Okay.
How about you?
Oh, I remember. I remember finding gifts in a closet, and I don't remember how old I was, but I was fairly young. And around the Christmas holiday season, you kind of get snoopy, um, and looking around and like trying to get into stuff, just trying to find where your presents are hid. And found like one of those like thick, glad, like hefty trash bags that are meant to hold like Italian assassinations, like in the closet, full of stuff. Like there was like board games and there's board games. There was like a soccer ball. So I already questioned if I was being loved at this point. But the all that stuff was like, all right, well, it's neat. I mean, I don't really know what the purpose is, but sure, it's all right. And just put it back like it was never found. And then come Christmas Day, there were presents that were wrapped with different wrapping paper. Apparently, I couldn't find the hiding spot for the different wrapping paper. But the tag on there said it was from Santa, and I open it, and it's the same gifts from that bag. And I'm like, oh, all right. And then that was when it was like, oh, Santa's just a concept, a lie, an extra piece of ink on the tag, and that was it.
Here's my question. Did you immediately think to yourself, let me turn around and reveal to my parents, do I just tell them I know Santa's not real? Or do I simply go with it and, in fear of if I tell them I know Santa's not real, I'm not going to get this amount of gifts anymore?
Okay, so I did bring this up the following year, I believe. It was either that or some other time down the road. But I know the thing that I brought up was, do we really have to do? I think that the way I phrased it was, do we really have to do the Santa thing this year?
Mm.
And the response I got back was, oh sure, if you don't want it, if you don't want the presents, and I'm like, no, never mind, do your thing.
Well, don't you have younger siblings?
Just one younger brother, but we're only like a year apart.
And I'm guessing you kind of told him, hey, guess what? Santa's not real.
No, we went snooping together. Like
Oh,
the
I see.
realization
Okay.
we had together.
Okay. What about?
Yeah. So, and that wasn't anything I just pointed out. Like I didn't tell them like I found the presents. Like you don't come to your parents' door like you're the freaking FBI trying to tell them like, look, we found the stash. All right, come clean.
We've had enough.
Yeah. Yeah. All evidence points to this being you.
It's you and your brother. One of you is a good cop, the other one's bad cop. The one just starts knocking over like all of his juice boxes. I'm tired of this.
Look, if you're gonna make a fabrication, why is it a soccer ball? Why is it not a Super Nintendo system? It's like, whoa, chill out. I think what my partner is trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. I think I was a good boy. I think Santa should be bringing me much better gifts than this crap.
Yeah, right? Like, I mean, it's a ball in a cup. All right. What am I gonna do with a ball in a cup?
So, speaking of Santa Claus, though, I actually am doing this thing this year where it's on Reddit, and it's Reddit Secret.
Damn Reddit.
I love Reddit, dude. It's so good. But Reddit Secret Santa. Um, Basically what it is you sign up for it and you get a random Reddit username, and someone randomly gets your Reddit username, and you are to get gifts for the random name that you get. And they will have interest sometimes. They're supposed to have interest listed. If they don't, you have to take it a step further by like stalking their Reddit profile and all that,
Ah,
checking their history and all that stuff, which can be fun sometimes.
I
uh,
bet.
you know. I got matched with mine. I won't say who it is in the weird off chance that he listens to this. I don't want things to be ruined. I doubt it, but you never know.
Right.
um, so it's cool because like I'm reading it and he has a lot of similar interest in what I have, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a cinch, and it is going to be a cinch, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. But because it's so easy, I feel like I can no longer explore my creative juices with it. You know what I mean? Like I can't really flex the old creative muscles because it's just like, oh, well, this is what I would want, so surely he would want these. Because
Wait, do you pride yourself as a gift giver?
I've been known to pride myself with certain gifts. Like I can say this because this was last year. My brother-in-law, he's a huge Star Wars fan. I mean, quite possibly the biggest Star Wars fan I know. Um, yeah, and he was also at the time. He still kind of is. He gets in. He's into collecting comics or whatever.
Mm.
Um, so at the time, he just started getting into collecting comics, and I happen to know this really good comic book store that I tend to, frequent. At least at the time I was. I haven't been there in a while. But anyway, they don't sell new comics. They only sell old ones, like classics and stuff. So I was kind of, I was just kind of perusing there one time, looking, and they also sell a lot of vintage toys and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, they have a whole room dedicated to vintage Star Wars stuff. So I always go there first and check things out, and see if there's anything new I can get them or anything that really, stands out to me. They had the last issue of the original run of Star Wars comic book, which is worth a pretty penny. Um, I seen it and was like, I know he wants this comic. I am so getting this for him. So I asked how much it was, and of course it was high up on the wall and everything, so they had to reach up and grab it. And as they're reaching up and grab it, they flip it around so they can read the front, and I'm looking at the back, and I'm seeing certificates of authenticity, and
Oh
I'm
boy.
like, what are those for? And they're like, oh, it looks like there's some signatures on the front. What do you mean it looks like? So they said the price is $95.
Mm.
All right. Can I see it? Sure. So I grab it. It's Peter Mayhew, Billy D. Williams, and oh god, I'm blanking on Princess Leia.
Come on, you know this.
Uh, God, don't make me do this. Oh right, Leah Remini. Um,
Wow.
I don't know her. Oh god damn it. All right, I've suffered long enough. Come on.
Carrie Fisher.
Thank you,
You're
Carrie
welcome.
Fisher. God, all I can think about is Han Solo, and I don't know why.
Well, I mean, he is a dreamboat.
I mean, look, consider yourself lucky I even knew Peter Mayhew and Billy D. Williams. I mean,
What to say? Like, seriously, you knew them over Carrie Fisher?
I know Carrie Fisher. It just blanked on me for some reason. Like, I've never seen any of them, so the fact that I know any of them is good enough.
Oh, right, you're one of those.
Yeah, I'm one of those. Deal with it. Anyway, so it had those signatures, it had the certificates of authenticity, it had the picture that the original owner of this comic took with the actor and with the actress and actors as he was getting them signed.
So it's been, you know, authenticated to shit.
Yes, and it was $95, and I'm like, I will gladly take that, please, because I think the comic itself is worth about $95. So the fact that all those signatures were on there were pretty much just a bonus. So yeah, it was awesome. He was quite moved when he opened that gift, and it was just like, this one's for me, and I just kind of patted myself on the back, and I was like, yeah, good for me. I found the greatness here.
Yeah, I had a couple of those moments. I had one really good gift giving year. It was like, you know, Christmas of 2012. That one belongs to me. Like that was like my best gift giving year to everybody.
What are you going to share with the class?
No, why? I wasn't going to. Um, I was just gonna pat myself on the back for having an entire year of good presents just to one up you and then call it a day.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had several good presents.
Oh, I see.
You know,
Um,
that was the big one, so I decided to go with that one.
all right. So
There
in
was also a
2000,
year. There was also the same year that I think I may have moved my uncle to tears by buying him the exact make and model train set that he had when he was a kid, because there was an off chance that he mentioned how much he liked that train set sometime in, I don't know, May or April, and I happen to remember it all the way until then.
okay.
And I don't normally get him a gift, but I knew I had to get him that gift. That's, you know what, and I hate to interrupt you and be this guy, but that's something I pride myself on, because I don't get people things that they expect. I don't give people things that, they say, when I get someone a gift, they're going to be like, if he's going to give me a gift, it's going to be like a gift card or something, because I haven't told him anything I wanted, you know?
Right.
Or it's going to be, well, he's never going to get me a gift. Why would he give me a gift? That'd be ridiculous. And even if he did, what would he get me? But little do they know, it's something that they've said somewhere that they wanted or missed or would love to have or something, you know? So it might be months, it might be years, it might be days, but they'll get this gift and they'll go, "How the hell did you know?" Like, that's the kind of gift giver I pride myself on being.
Okay.
Now go on with your 2012 Christmas.
Right. No, because some of the examples of the presents included I got my younger brother um a hockey mask that was signed by the majority of the people that played Jason Voorhees in the movies. You know, it was Kane Hodder, who is the one that everybody remembers the most,
Martin Brodeur.
including myself.
Martin
Um,
Martin Brodeur.
huh?
Martin Brodeur.
Believe he's on there.
Martin Brodeur is the goalie for the Devils from the years 1995 to, like, I don't know, 2 years ago.
I believe he's on there.
That was good. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, no, no, it was the guy that played him in the number two. Um, it was the guy that played him in the third one, and then Kane Hodder, and then one more signature, and I can't remember if that's the one that played him in.
John
I don't
Cena.
know.
I'm done. I got.
There's like four guys that played Jason. I think out of all of them, there's like 5 or 6 actors, so it was the majority of them. A lot of the original guys that did him. So yeah, I had the certificate of authenticity and everything like that. You know, so there was that. I got for him. He really enjoyed it. Actually has a nice glass display case for it and everything like that. It's a really nice setup. Um, my older brother, I got him a.
Before you move on, I'm sorry. Is Rob legit yelling at the podcast right now as he's listening? Is he just going, how the hell does he not remember the names?
Probably.
Okay.
He's probably calling blasphemy. I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know about you, but I've only ever had 2 actors play my favorite character.
See, that's what I was wondering, if he would expect you to remember all these character names or not, or actor names rather.
I have no idea.
Okay, go ahead, older brother.
My older brother, I got him a real steel replica of the Sword of Omens from Thundercats, uh, including a spotlight in the handle that actually shines the Thundercat symbol.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, that was a nice one. That one came all the way from frickin' the Middle East.
Wasn't that like the Eye of a Thousand Sights or something like that?
Uh, that was still the Sword of Omens and the Eye of Thundera.
Eye of Thundera, that's it. Give me the sight of a thousand sights, or I swear it was something weird like that, right? Am I crazy?
Give me sight beyond sight.
Sight beyond sight. Thank you.
Yes, because nerd.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I got that. Let me see. My one niece was really big into Nightmare Before Christmas, so I got her one of the Sally pull-apart dolls from like the early '90s.
hmm
That had just like the Velcro that held everything together.
Uh,
And even the box for it was a Tim Burton designed coffin.
wow.
Yeah, so I mean, most people will look at that and go, "Oh my god, a collector's item! Don't ever open that." And she's like, "Ha ha, Sally comes apart."
That's great.
Throwing bills like I don't give a fuck. Let a little girl play with a doll. Um, oh god, there was a couple other things that I'm not gonna. I had a decent sized family, so I'm not gonna literally get into everything. But it was a good Christmas.
Yeah, I gotcha. That's cool.
That was one that I prided myself in a lot. And I think that was the year I also got my girlfriend a DVD drive. So that should tell you the the waxes and wanes of where these presents go. Like uber collectible, super practical.
Gotcha. Uber collectible, or yeah, Uber collectible that just became super practical.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that the Reddit Secret Santa thing is going to turn out successful because, like I said, it's stuff that is easy, but it's almost too easy. And I'm thinking like, maybe I'll do this to the box. Maybe I'll add this sticker to the box to show that like, oh, I've noticed that you said you like this too. I didn't want to leave this out, you know. Just stupid little things like that I'm thinking about, which I'm hoping will make it all the better. But
Right. The little extra mile
yeah,
goes a long way.
hopefully. But yeah, if it's all the same to you, I'd like to take a break from Christmas real quick.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I
Uh,
mean, it's going to be December 1st, so I mean, we got plenty of time to catch up back with it.
yeah, absolutely. But something recently happened at the White House. Uh, Barack Obama was handing out these medals of, I think it was the Presidential Medal of Freedom, basically saying you are a person of some sort of outstanding recognition, and he invited a couple people to the White House and just gave it away to certain people that were, well deserving of it, like Bill Gates, Ellen DeGeneres, I think Robert De Niro, just several different people. Okay, one of them was Michael Jordan though, and every time he presented someone with a medal, he gave this little bit of a speech. And when he got to Michael Jordan, he gave a speech that said something along the lines, and I'm not quoting here. This is just off the top of the head. So
Just
something along the lines of when people refer to something that someone is really good at, they refer to them as you of that thing. For example, if a doctor is really good at surgery, they will refer to this doctor as the Michael Jordan of surgery, or this guy's the Michael Jordan of sushi making, or something like that. Um, so it got me thinking, and I wanted to know what you would be the Michael Jordan of.
um making people feel bad about playing video games.
Oh, I don't think that's true.
I mean, I have my moments. Although I guess if I were to be the Michael Jordan of anything, it would probably be Charming social awkwardness.
I don't get that from you.
Really?
I don't think you're awkward.
No, having awkward moments with people in a social environment, but for some reason it's still considered kind of charming.
Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. Yes. That is the best way I have ever heard that described. And you're 100% right. And that I 100% agree with that. For those that don't know him personally, Andy is just just what he said. He is the Michael Jordan of flipping a social awkward moment into something that someone will remember him being awesome for.
Yeah, like it's weird. Like if you heard probably any other person say word for word what I say about a particular subject matter or talk to somebody in a certain way, like that would be construed as like a terrible thing or like that person is a douchebag or anything like that. But for some reason, the way that I do it, I can pull it off as having it just be like this side of being lovable or charming versus just completely disrespectful and wrong.
Yeah. like like there was times where I've introduced him to like certain people or whatever, certain people that would like consider themselves like hard or you can't even come close to me. That's don't get in my personal space. I will knock you out. That whole thing. What does Andy do? Well, he does this little move he likes to call the squid, where where he literally like takes his fingers, all well 8 digits, not including his thumbs, and puts them up to his chin, and he will flutter them on their back shoulder as whispering, "Squid, squid, squid." He does that to this guy, and the guy literally kind of turns around and looks at him like, check out this motherfucker. And then he's just like, yo, check out this motherfucker. He's like, this guy's hysterical. I don't know how. Anyone else, like I said, might have gotten punched in the face, but he looked at Andy's team, Andy didn't back down. He was just like, I'm here. I'm still doing this.
Yeah,
I don't care. Squid,
But
And the dude's just like, you know what? I like you. This is hysterical. Now come over here and do this to my girl. That's that's the kind of level that Andy has with charming people. It's weird. I would almost consider that a super. Yes, you are 100% the Michael Jordan of that. That's accurate.
do you have a certain specialty that you consider yourself the Michael Jordan of?
Oh, getting rid of pig carcasses.
Uh, what?
I like pork.
Oh,
Bacon, ham, sausage, shoulder. It don't matter.
wow. Because I
Wrap,
mean,
spam. I eat it all, son.
wow. Pig's feet.
Okay, here's a funny thing about pig's feet. I've had it the Italian way, not the traditional, like Southern black way.
In marinara?
Yeah. Yeah, my grandma used to put it in her pasta sauce.
Wow. All
And
right.
it was delicious.
I was kidding. I didn't really think that was a thing, but all right.
She put it in her pasta sauce to flavor the sauce.
Gee.
Huh?
G.
G?
You just called her G.
Oh, I said she.
Oh.
I'm like, G? I mean, yeah, she's pretty G, but I don't think it's necessary, Andy.
I thought you called your grandma G, and I'm just
No,
like, what?
no, no. My grandma will probably curse me out if I called her anything other than grandma.
Yo, G-ma.
Yeah. And then she'll just start cursing at me. What the fuck you want? Sorry. A hug?
A hug. You
But
and I
yeah.
both know that's not happening.
um, pork rinds. You know how I get down with some pork rinds.
Oh, yeah, man. Shit, you seem downright Puerto Rican with the way you put away pork rinds.
I actually put that, just to give you an idea, I put that as one of my favorite snacks on my Secret Santa Reddit profile page. Just in case people needed ideas. I put
You,
pork rinds, Slim Jims, and chicken wings.
oh man, you're gonna get like a 5 pound bag of pork rinds.
I hope so because I put especially salt and vinegar, and my God, I will literally go into oh God, what's his name? The DuckTales guy.
Um, Scrooge McDuck,
Is it Scrooge McDuck?
the one that swims in the money bin.
Yes, but except this is going to be pork rinds.
Oh, oh, oh,
Oh yeah.
salt and vinegar pork rinds swimming in them.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as you turn wrong in the pool, you're gonna get one like stuck between your thigh and your ball sack, and that's
Oh,
gonna hurt.
all over my body. I don't even care.
Wow. All right.
So,
Wow.
the other question I would have for you is there anything people can say they are the Andy Diaz of?
Huh. That one's actually tougher.
Well, yeah, and here's how I'm going to preface it for you a little bit to make it hopefully a little easier. Um, you think about the terminology for how someone is the Michael Jordan of something. You could literally almost say that Michael Jordan is the definition of being the top of your skill, whatever it is. Uh,
Uh-huh.
so what would Andy Diaz be the definition of?
Andy Diaz would be the definition of unconventional success.
Please elaborate.
Okay, so I do this in almost every aspect that involves competition. I like being competitive in many different things.
Mm-hmm.
But like mostly for in like games, like either board games, video games, card games, whatever. I like to be competitive. And one of the things that I like to do in that competitive environment is I like to take something that everybody else would either shun or overlook or just deem otherwise unplayable and beat people with it.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't matter what it is.
To give people a better understanding of this, if you are a Street Fighter fan, Andy mains Dan. If you are a Magic the Gathering fan, Andy has a 250 card deck for Battle of Wits, and every single card is foil.
Yeah. And I've had the same win-loss record going into tournaments with friends that they are playing legit tier 1 decks, and I've had the same win-loss record with it.
The man is not lying. He is speaking some truth right there, and that's why I wanted to ask you too. And you really, really went above and beyond my expectations of what you were going to say. I'm not going to lie. When I said, "What are you, the Michael Jordan of?" I was really anticipating the word masturbation, but
Ah!
you, you know, time makes fools of us all. You know.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but that is 100% accurate. You are definitely, yeah, that is someone pulling an Andy Diaz.
Yeah,
I'm going to be good with the ridiculous thing.
yeah. Like stuff that you'd be like, what? What is this?
Yeah, that's funny.
So if somebody were to be the Lyle of something, does that mean they're on a diet too, or?
If someone were to beat a oh jeez. So, oh god, I don't even know where to begin. Well, it's kind of a double standard or an oxymoron almost, because in order to be the Lyle of something, that means I guess you would have to. The only way you'd be able to do it is to be the Lyle of something without trying, because I don't really care about most things. You know.
Certainly is honest.
First thing in the morning, people know not to talk to me until I had coffee because I don't care about your feelings.
Okay.
You know, people know not to question the fact that I'm wearing jean shorts in the middle of January because I don't care about the cold. I'm 30 years old and I still wear a backwards hat because I don't care what you think. You know, just stuff like that. Like, I don't give a damn. Sure, you can make the argument, oh, but obviously you care about your weight because you went on a diet. No, that's because I wanted to live. And the route I was going down, yeah, you know, that's why I quit smoking. I quit sugar, except for on
So,
I didn't smoke on Thanksgiving, but oh man, did I trust me. In the diet's Bible, I sinned. I sinned quite a bit.
so,
Just to go back to food for a second there. I mean, when I say I sinned, if we were to count the amount of pieces of pie I've had, my grandmom's had 4 different pies alone. The next day at work, one of the delivery drivers brought in homemade pies that his wife had made. The following day, I had leftover pies from my grandmom's house. And then the day following that, someone brought me leftover pie that they still had that they didn't want to eat. And then the day after that, I found more pie that someone had brought home before that I didn't know about.
good God.
I ate at least 7 pieces of coconut custard pie alone. That's not including the pumpkin, the apple, the lemon meringue.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, more power to you, because honestly, I don't do pies very well.
Blasphemy.
Definitely not fruit pies. I hate fruit pies. I really do.
I love pie. And you know what the sad thing is? I didn't have my favorite kind of pie.
Um, Hair pie?
Meat pie.
Oh, well, I mean, same thing.
Not quite. My grandmom every year for Easter makes an Italian meat pie. It's it's an Italian hoagie in a pie. It's fantastic.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I shuddered a little bit there.
I seen that. What is going on? Do you really
Oh,
hate
no.
pie that much?
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Dude, don't knock it. Do you like Italian hoagies?
No,
Oh, well, that's why. You really not like Italian hoagies?
I really don't.
You live in New Jersey?
Yeah, well, Spanish side of Jersey.
Oh, come on. We still have tons of Italian hoagies around here.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. Like, okay, so as far as I can tell, the only Italian seasoning is just different shades of intensity of pepper. Like, that's not
What?
that's not a flavor.
Oregano, basil.
Gesundheit.
Oh, God. All right. Either way, what does that got to do with hoagies?
Because Italian hoagie is just like, okay, let's have this, like, salami. Oh, let's put pepper in it. Oh, here's this ham. Let's slather it in pepper. Oh, here's this bologna. Hey, I got a great idea. How about we just put, like, shoved pepper into the corners of it? Like, it's terrible. First of all, it's not even real meat. It's just, like, some sort of, like, processed friggin' pork log or whatever the hell it is. I don't even like hot dogs. I'm not a huge fan of anything that's like, ground up and shoved into a sheath. Um, and then, on top of that, you add in all these seasonings, which is just bitter, bitter, and more bitter. Like, I don't know, they do not taste good, like, at all. And people's solution to make it taste better, oh, let's just put some vegetables on it, and then cover that in pepper, and then drench the whole thing in oil. And then that'll make it taste good.
And vinegar. Don't forget vinegar.
Oh, and vinegar, because, that's what this bitter sandwich needed, was more fucking bitter. Oh, let's make it wet, too. Yeah, nothing says good sandwich like dripping. Ugh.
Nothing says Italian like greasy.
Yeah, right? Like, you have to start eating it within a time limit of getting it made for you. Because at some point or another, the paper is going to disintegrate so much into the sandwich, it becomes part of it.
All right. I get it. If it makes you feel any better, the original Italian sandwich was not peppered as much.
Oh, God, I hope not.
It has evolved over the years.
Because honestly, when I was a kid, I legit, when somebody said, "Would you like an Italian sub?" I legit thought they were talking about a chicken parm.
Well,
Like, that was my perception of what an Italian sandwich was. Oh, it's meat with marinara and provolone. I would love that. Let me have an Italian. And they give me that?
sounds like your expectations were just skewed.
Just a little bit. I mean, it's kind of like that famous scene in that Aliens 4 movie where the clone of Ripley is like lying all like deformed on the table, pleading to be killed. Like that's how I saw that sub when it came to me.
Speaking of lying on a table, waiting to be killed, let's do the NFL picks this week.
Oh, come on, it can't have been that bad.
So, last week, me and Andy went head to head again. Oh, by the way, this week I actually have our very own good friend from Countdown to Gate wants a rematch with Andy.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be this week's picks.
Hey.
But let's do last week's first. Game 1. It was the Thanksgiving games, the Vikings and the Lions. I'm not gonna lie and act like I'm prepared for this.
Only had 2 hours.
Oh, shut up, Andy. Every week, and then I say, every week, nothing changes. All right, here we go. Game 1, we had the Vikings and the Lions. Andy picked the Vikings. I picked the Lions. The Lions won. Bitch. Next up, we had the Redskins and the Cowboys. Andy picked the Cowboys. I picked the Redskins. Cowboys won.
Yay!
Steelers and Colts. We both picked Steelers. Steelers won. Saints and Rams. Both picked Saints. Saints won. Titans and Bears. Both picked Titans. Titans won. Falcons and Cardinals. Both picked Falcons. Falcons won. Giants and Browns. Both picked Giants. Giants won. Texans and Chargers. Andy picked the Texans. I picked the Chargers. Chargers won.
Oh.
Jaguars and Bills. Both picked Bills. Bills won. Bengals and Ravens. Both picked Bengals. Bengals lost.
Ugh.
Yeah. Dolphins and 49ers. Both picked Dolphins. Dolphins won. Buccaneers. Buccaneers and the Seahawks. I hate the Buccaneers now. I hope you're happy.
You didn't before?
I never had a problem with the Buccaneers. They never even existed on my radar.
You're welcome.
Buccaneers and Seahawks. Andy picked Buccaneers. I picked Seahawks. Somehow, the Buccaneers won.
I mean, I thought my explanation was pretty self-explanatory.
Of course it was. Patriots and Jets. We both picked the Patriots. Andy said the Jets would win the first half. The Patriots would come and win in the second half. Here's what's funny about this. So we both picked the Patriots. Patriots won. The Jets actually won the first quarter, and the Patriots came back and tied it by the halftime. So the Jets were winning in the beginning of the game, and the Patriots started to come back, and it didn't happen until the second half. So technically, you were right with that too. So good for you. Panthers and Raiders. Andy picked Panthers. I picked Raiders. Raiders won. And then, so if you're counting at home, folks listening, I'm ahead one here. And then we get to the Sunday night game, the Chiefs and the Broncos. Now, Andy picked the Chiefs. I picked the Broncos. This game went to overtime. The Broncos missed a field goal in overtime. The Chiefs go down the field, and I mean, it was like a barely miss, like just missed the whole post and everything, and just, damn, they missed it. Chiefs go down the field, kick a field goal. It hits the post and barely goes in. Chiefs win that one. That ties us going into Monday night game. Packers and Eagles. Both of us picked the Packers. Packers won. So we are tied for Week 12.
Wow.
Yeah, it was an interesting week. I mean, we were doing good. We did really good. So, but
we did have a lot of similar picks.
We had a lot of similar picks, and we had a lot of wins with those similar picks. So, I mean,
yeah.
Similar picks were just like they must have been gimmies. Then the bonus game that we had the night that we were recording last week's episode, the San Jose Sharks were playing the New Jersey Devils in hockey, Andy chose the Sharks to win. The Sharks, in fact, won that game. Damn you, Andy. I actually don't think the Devils won a game since then.
Wow.
Cursed them. They were doing
Sorry, Devils.
they were doing well. Anyway, so now we have week 13.
Lucky 13.
Lucky 13. And like I said before, we have our very own Eric from Countdown to Geektown. The only thing that sucks is I really wish we can have an episode where he came on and actually did this with us. That'd be kind of cool.
It would be nice.
Isn't
Have
that
some
so
company.
cool that we might be having some special guest hint for our Christmas pod? Why don't you tell them a little bit about the Christmas pod there, Andy?
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. We're going to stay up late. We're going to tell ghost stories, and Christmas. Oh, yeah. No, we're going to have a bunch of different guests on the pod doing various things. We're going to have a nice little radio play for you guys.
Tell them about the radio play.
Huh?
I was going to tell you to not tell them about the radio play, but since you mentioned it, I was going to save it for last. We are in the process of writing and recording a Christmas radio play. It does not really have a title yet, and I'm not going to tell you what the working title is anyway, because I want it to be that much of a surprise. But damn, is it good! There's going to be voice actors in it from all across the Side Splitters universe. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, something to really look forward to. The Christmas pod is going to be probably 2 to 3 hours long, including the radio play. It's going to be a long one. There's going to be a lot of content to it. We're really looking forward to it, and it's probably going to be released Thursday, December 22nd, right before Christmas. So you can listen to it as you're wrapping gifts at the last minute. You can listen to it while you're sitting around opening gifts. Whatever. Have a blast. Check it out. You guys are going to love it. I can't wait to do it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it myself.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped for it. I don't even like Christmas, and I'm pumped for it.
That is true. He hates Christmas.
I in fact do hate Christmas. That is all.
Yeah, no reason to explain. Just the most joyous holiday ever known to man, and I just despise it.
Deal with it.
I do deal with it on a regular basis. You are the tartar sauce to my sunshine bear.
I am the Italian meats to your wonderful 12-inch roll.
Don't you be talking about my wonderful 12-inch roll without my permission.
All right. So let's get into this. All right. So week 13.
Yep.
The first game is the Dallas Cowboys at the Minnesota Vikings. Who do you got?
Cowboys at the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think the Vikings, normally I would give this kind of matchup to the Vikings, but I think because they're licking their wounds from the Lions loss, which I really feel like I should be saying it the other way around, that the Lions should be licking their wounds, but, Vikings as they are, they'll lick anything. Damn rapists. So in this matchup, I would actually say that the Cowboys are probably going to take down the Vikings, mainly because the Vikings are kind of hurting from their last loss.
Wow. All right, Cowboys. Licking their
wounds.
sometimes.
Mm.
Next up, we have the Lions at the Saints.
Oh, man. Am I the only one that is thinking about this matchup, like, being closely related to, like, Roman times?
Well, do what you do.
All right, so in this scenario, Lions have been eating Saints in one form or another for quite a few hundred years now, if not a few thousand. So the idea that Lions are going to visit the arena of the Saint doesn't really surprise me that the Lion would actually come out on top on this. However, if this role was reversed, if the Saints were visiting the Lions, I'd say the Lions win. If the Lions are visiting the Saints, I think that this. Oh, they are Lions though. That's a whole other story. They're actively seeking. No, actually, I'm going to give this one to the Saints. I think that because they're defending territory, they have a little bit more protection on them than the Lions can handle.
So the Saints.
Saints, yes.
Okay.
That was a tough one though.
Yeah, it sounded like it. Next, next up we have the Rams at the Patriots.
Rams at the Patriots. No, any Ram in Utah or Colorado will tell you that one of the reasons why there's not as many of them as around anymore is because of Patriots. A little
But,
oversettling, a
but
little
these
pushing
are
into terror.
but these are Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, that's why there's only like what 12 of them.
I'm sorry, continue.
So yeah, their ecosystem is shrinking, and it's all on part because of Patriots. So even though they're probably doing that last push to get them out of the Badlands or something, and it's going to take some effort that I don't think they're going to be able to put in. So I'm going to say the Patriots.
Simply wow.
Patriots.
Patriots. All right. Next up, we have the Broncos at the Jaguars.
Broncos at the Jaguars. Okay, Broncos wouldn't normally go anywhere where there is a predator. Like, I mean, they're wild and untamed and everything like that, but they don't go looking for trouble like that. That's insane. So either they are mad and are trying to do the death by cop thing, where they just kind of like, go into the territory and say, I've grown tired of living. So they're probably not in the right mind. I would give that to the Jaguars. I think the Broncos are handing them a win.
Jaguars.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have the 49ers at the Bears.
Now, see, this one on the other hand, 49ers go into an area, they only go into a cave when they know that there's going to be gold in their hills. They may accidentally uncover a bear from time to time, but they are going to let literally nothing stand in the way between them and their potential wealth. So, I think that 49ers coming across bears are going to fight pickaxe, tooth and nail for what they believe is theirs. So I'm going to say the 49ers.
49ers. Okay. Next up, we have the Texans at the Packers.
Man, how many Brokeback jokes can I put in there?
Not enough.
Not nearly enough. Yeah, because a lot of times if Packers were to visit Texans, they would be in trouble because they'd definitely be in the minority there. Them there Texans don't take rightly to their kind. But if it's the other way around, you have the curious Texan going into the Packer territory wondering, hey, what's that all about? So I think for that, the Packers will lure them into a false sense of security and then just, convert if they have to. So I would say Packers.
Packers.
Yes.
Okay. Next up, we have the Chiefs at the Falcons.
Chiefs generally train Falcons. If the only reason they're going into their territory is probably to get a new pal. Although Falcons don't really go gently into that good night without there being an issue here. So, no, I'm going to go with the Chiefs on that one.
Chiefs.
Yes.
All right. That was short-lived. Next up, we have the Dolphins at the Ravens.
I could have got more detailed, but I really didn't want to. Dolphins at the Ravens?
Yep.
I mean, Baltimore is a harbor town. So there would be ways for Dolphins to get in there. But,
I'm sorry, did you just recognize the Ravens as the Baltimore Ravens?
I did.
Wow.
Yeah, weird, right?
That is kind of weird.
Wait, no, it's week 13. Never mind. Ravens win.
All right. Glad I could help. Next up, we have the Eagles at the Bengals.
Eagles at the Bengals. Now, while the Bengals are a very large cat, and the eagle is actually a pretty large bird, still in the traditional sense of cat versus bird, the cats generally win that one. Probably leave it as a present on the doorstep to the Cowboys. So I'm going to go with the Bengals on that one.
Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Next up, we have the Bills at the Raiders.
Bills at the Raiders. Yeah. Actually, this one's a tough one. How the hell would these two interact? Well, the issue here, the Buffalo Bills will probably have the elements on their side. because Bills kick up storms and what have you, and it's not like Raiders are good at their craft, but again, they're not really much known on the defensive, and they don't really have a way that they wouldn't knowingly go into a storm situation. But if the storm came to them, I don't think they could handle it. I'm going to go with the Bills.
Bills.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we have the Buccaneers at the Chargers.
Oh, the Buccaneers are invading the Chargers. Yeah, Chargers only really know the one direction, and that's forward. If something is already beating them to the punch, they can't take too many steps back. But Buccaneers are also pretty good at the pillaging line the same way with the Raiders and the Vikings. It's just they do it with style and flair and bandanas and tiny birds. So given the extra bodies involved with that too, because they're going to have tiny trained birds attacking, I'm going to go with the Buccaneers.
Of course you are. Buccaneers.
Bucks all the way.
Next up, we have the Giants and the Steelers. At the Steelers, rather.
Giants at the Steelers.
Yep.
This kind of reminds me of the story of the Big Bad Wolf, where clearly the more physically imposing enemy comes to the doorstep, but because the house is built so well, he can't seem to knock it down. That scenario playing out here, while the Giants do have the physical advantage against the Steelers, I think that the Steelers' crafting of being able to make good structures to keep them out should work in the long run. So I'm going to say the Steelers.
Steelers. Whatever, Mike. Next up, we have the Redskins at the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think the Redskins, for the most part, would just leave the Cardinals alone. There's really no reason for that. They tune in with nature and everything like that. Cardinals kind of keep to themselves. So if the game is relying on the offensive actually being offensive, they're not gonna be. I would actually give that game to the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have the Panthers at the Seahawks.
All right. Now, beforehand, when I said the Bengals on the Eagles, cats generally win against the birds. The problem in this one is that if the cat is going into the bird territory, the birds definitely have the home field advantage, and they definitely have the high ground. And Seahawks are kind of like, around wetness. Cats really don't like that. The conditions are favoring the Seahawks more on this one. I'm going to say the Seahawks.
Seahawks. Nothing to do with the fact that, it was the Eagles last time and Eagles always lose, and now it's the crybaby Panthers and they sucked all year, so. Right. All right. Last but not least, well, it might be least. This sounds like a boring game. We have the Colts at the Jets.
If Colts against the Jets. Now, typically, if Colts wander into an airfield, they will literally suspend all operations until they can get the Colts off of there. So I would imagine that as long as the Colts are around, the Jets can't do what they have to do. So that being said, I think the Colts are going to win it.
Okay, Colts. Not where I thought you were going to go with that. Why would a Colt be able to beat a Jet? Jets, obviously. Whatever.
Well, no, because the Jets can't even get off the ground as long as the Colts are there.
So to go over my picks really quick, Cowboys and Vikings, I took the Vikings because I think, aside from the Giants, the Vikings are the last team that are able to beat the Cowboys. Please, Vikings. And I'm going to tell you why that's important. Because, even though you don't care, if the Giants win out their season and the Cowboys lose one game other than the Giants game, then Giants will end the season in first place.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way, both teams are more than likely going to the playoffs, but, just nice to have first place. Anyway, so I took the Vikings over the Cowboys. I took the Lions over the Saints. I took the Patriots over the Rams. I took the Broncos over the Jaguars. This game was tough, too. I took the Bears over the 49ers. That was a tough call, but Bears are home. I'm going to go with Bears. Took the Packers over the Texans, the Chiefs over the Falcons, the Dolphins over the Ravens, regardless of what week it is. The Bengals, the Bengals over the Eagles, the Raiders over the Bills, the Chargers over the Buccaneers, simply because I don't think I can ever side with the Buccaneers again. the Giants over the Steelers, the Cardinals over the Redskins, the Seahawks over the Panthers, and the Jets over the Colts.
We have a lot of different picks.
We do, and to make matters even more interesting, these are Eric's picks. He took the Cowboys, the Lions, the Patriots, the Broncos, the 49ers, the Texans, the Falcons, the Ravens, the Eagles, the Raiders, the Buccaneers, the Steelers, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, and the Colts. So what's interesting is some of the picks that me and you have the same on, he picked differently, and some of the picks me and him have the same on, you picked differently. It's a lot of fun. It's all mixed up. I like it.
Yeah.
So it should be fun. So that is week 13 saved in the books. Let's see what happens.
Cross my fingers.
Cross your fingers. It's 13, and maybe Eric will come out victorious this time around. Maybe he'll do even worse than last time. We'll see. We will see.
We'll see.
So Andy asked me if it was okay if we skipped clickbait news this week and tried something a little different. He wanted to bring back something we haven't done in quite some time. I think it's been since episode 10 that we did this. He wanted to bring back good old Make the Case.
Yay!
So, your segment, dude. Why don't you start us off?
All right.
Before you do that, though, let me just. I'm sorry to kind of derail your momentum there. We should probably explain for those who have not heard before. Make the Case is a game that Andy presented to me one time, where basically he gives me a scenario and tells me why I have to explain or make the case that this should be the case. Whatever it is, it'll be much more easier once we get into it. But just to give a quick example, make the case as to why. I don't know, it's appropriate for you to lick your cat's butthole every morning, and I would have to make the case as to why it should be a thing, So without further ado, Andy, by all means.
Okay. Mr. Lyle.
Lila Beth?
Lila Beth? Don't you trifle now, Lila Beth. I need you to make the case of why it's important to never leave the house without wearing a Spider-Man outfit.
All right. So I have to make the case as to why it's important to never leave the house. So I have to always leave the house wearing a Spider-Man outfit. Does this apply to everyone or
You have
just
to
me?
always.
Is this everyone or just me?
Just you.
So it's important that only I always leave the house wearing a Spider-Man outfit.
Yes.
Okay, well, to do this, I would need to call people's attention to earlier in the episode when I said that, if anyone was going to be the Lyle Hybrider of anything, it would be making pigs disappear. And here's why. Not because of my love for bacon, but in fact, it's because I want to stuff this pig body into a Spider-Man suit, therefore making it essentially disappear. You see, Spider-Man's costume is actually made out of a type of fabric that kind of snugs kind of nicely and kind of makes everything kind of go away. Sure, there might be some lumps and rolls and everything going on there, and if you were to look underneath of it, it would look like a whole dozen of buttered rolls because of all the sweat, but that's besides the point, because all you see is a Spider-Man outfit, and I'll tell you one thing you've never seen on Spider-Man, and that's pit stains. So, it gets rid of all of the, condensation, as it were. You don't see anything on the outside. Sure, it's an absolute mess on the inside, but the outside looks pleasant, and it might be a little lumpy, but it's still nice. And not to mention, Spider Pig, Peter Porker, hello, that was the thing, and so why not make that pig disappear? For those that don't know, there was an alternate reality where Marvel did a series of animal superheroes. One of them was Peter Porker, the pig, or Spider Ham, as they called him. So, if he could wear a Spider-Man suit, why can't this Ham? Am I right, America? Come on.
No, that was beautiful. That about, yeah.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do, Pig. Damn it, you beat me to it. Damn you. But let me
uh,
have that, could you?
I did. I wasn't sure if you were going to get there or not, so I figured I just. All right. I'm going to start you off easy here, Andy.
Hmm.
I want you to make the case as to why no one should buy the brand new Xbox.
Like the S?
The Xbox S, yes. Or the new
Okay.
one coming out next year. I'm sorry, what is it called? Project Scorpio?
Yes.
Yeah. Why no one should buy any Xbox One. How about that?
Oh, all right. Well, okay. First of all, no one should buy an Xbox One for one main reason is that it keeps feeding the machine that is Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft has such a hold on all of our lives, not only here, but abroad. There are third world countries that are just getting computers for the first time, and what's on it? Microsoft stuff.
Preach it.
Windows.
Preach it.
They might even have Vista.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Mm.
So just supporting them and their ability to take over the world and subliminally eject child pornography into our brains
What?
while we're waiting for the new Windows update to install, which is probably just laden with more child pornography. Yeah, no, it's a whole conspiracy theory, man. Like it is Windows is spreading to the point where it is degrading our mental faculties one operating system at a time, one platform at a time, and just getting an Xbox One puts that more into your brain. Like you don't need that in your life. Stick with something good old fashioned that you know is never going to give you problems. Stick with PlayStation. Stick with Nintendo. Nintendo, those guys are all right. I mean, they're slowly building up their time. They're going to get revenge for World War II, but it won't be today. It won't be this Mario game. So breathe easy on that. But know that Microsoft is always out for your bad interests. Never support them in any way, shape, or form, and that includes buying a new Xbox One.
Can't you just get a PC without Windows?
No, that's just not possible.
Okay. If you say so.
Uh-huh. Does that do it for you?
It's going to have to.
All right. Well, I know it wasn't the answer you were expecting.
No, it was. I'm quite fond of it, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I have one for you, sir. Make the case of why surprise anal is the cornerstone of a successful marriage.
Well, first of all, spontaneity. Am I right? Nothing says I love you like just coming home with a dozen of roses on April 23rd. No particular reason at all. You know, her birthday's in March, your birthday's in October. It's no in particular reason at all. You didn't forget her birthday. There's no anniversary date there or anything like that. Just,
Right.
I wanted to get you a dozen of roses to show you how much I love you, right? So why is that accepted so much? But then people look at surprise anal and go, ooh, wrong hole. Is it? Why?
Is it?
What about this says wrong? Okay. What about this says wrong that roses say right? Nothing. And here's why. Why can surprise roses be acceptable? As well as surprise tulips, surprise sunflowers during the fall, or maybe surprise chrysanthemums. What I'm getting at here is how come it's okay for any surprise flower to work, but it's not okay for any surprise holes to work? And my answer to you, Andy, is it is. They just don't know it yet. And once you give it to them and really give it to them, they will know that that is indeed the cornerstone to end a successful marriage. And that's why.
Beautiful. Just simply beautiful. That is a PSA that's worth putting on after an episode of G.I. Joe.
You know, I really feel like I can elaborate more, but I think I said everything I need to say.
Fair enough.
Okay. If you're satisfied, I'll move on.
Yes.
Okay, good. In that case, Andy, I want you to make the case as to why women should not only stop complaining about getting paid less than men, but they should actually get paid less than they actually are now.
Oh, whoa. Jeez. Where do I even begin? First off, women are pretty overhyped as it is. I mean, for the most part, no, hear me out. because so far up to this point, the majority of their work experience has been away from the jobs that they claim they need equality in pay, so damn much. Like, you don't all of a sudden tell a person who has been trained to ride a unicycle to ride a bicycle and get paid more for doing it. Like, no, stick to one wheel. That's what you're good at. The same thing could be said about women in the workforce. Like, unless it's domesticated chore, like you're not going to be as good as a guy that's been forced out there to do manual labor for generations at a time. Like, okay, it's cute that you want to learn a new trade, and I'm all for that, but don't expect that you're going to get like equal pay right off the bat. Men have suffered for their advancement in the workforce. Like, to think that you're going to get it handed is just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling that you would want that kind of equality right out of the gate. You have to earn that through suffrage, madam. And another thing, stop having days off for something that happens every month anyway. Like, God, I can take a sick day because I only get sick once a year, not once a month. Thank you very much. It's like taking a smoke break, but it's like coming out the wrong hole. I don't need any of that either. That should also dock your pay.
Went above and beyond what I expected. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, do you have more for me?
I have one more.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right. And it's a little on the ridiculous side.
Oh.
I need you to make the case of why instead of oxygen, a new patient at a hospital should be given a tank of fart to breathe out of.
I'm not sure I understand this. Are you trying to kill the patient?
No.
Can he breathe fart and still live?
Yes.
Is there oxygen in the fart?
Yes.
But I think methane gas is all fart is. And if it's pure fart, then it's pure methane gas. That dude's not living.
Okay. Well, make the case why it's a good idea.
That's what I wanted to see. If they were living or if they were going to die because of this.
I mean, it's your argument.
But it's I just need to know the concretes here. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you want non whimsy, boring real world consequences, yeah, they probably will die.
That's what. Look, it changes my argument. All right.
Okay.
Okay. What is it going to be? Are they dying or are they living, Andy?
Most likely they are going to die.
Most likely they are going to die.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in that case, Mr. Diaz, I present to you the idea of most likely going to die. Okay, so somebody comes to the hospital, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are they there for? They're usually there for some sort of ailment, yeah?
I would imagine.
Right. It could be a broken bone. It could be a severe cold. Could be hemorrhaging. Could be multitude of things, right?
I gotcha.
At what point is it okay to no longer say, I need a doctor, and instead say, I need a doctor right now? At what point are you so bad that you can't call a doctor and say, hey, can I make an appointment in like a day or two to get this looked at? Because I don't think it's right, you know? What I'm getting at here is I think people need to stop being so sensitive when it comes to hospitals. What I mean by that is they can't just go there for any damn reason. They're filling up our hospitals and they're not leaving room for people that actually need it. And this is not only a great idea because it's weeding those people out, but it's also a great idea because it's leaving behind a race of people that can survive under nothing but the mere miracle that it is that one can survive on simply methane gas and farts alone. And that just brings something into a whole new realm of possibilities because now you're talking, are there planets out there that have methane gas that are not, supplied with oxygen?
Wow.
And if that's the case, I mean, hello, space travel. You could be colonizing an entire planet. You know, people thought it was nuts for Hitler to want what he wanted, right?
Yeah.
A perfect race. And yeah, they might be right. He might have been a little crazy for that, okay? But but how crazy would it be to have a whole planet of fart breathers?
Wow.
Now, not only do they have their own planet to themselves, but they can go to any hospital they want with any, ailment they have. If they want a band-aid ripped off, but they're afraid of ripping it off too slowly and pulling their hair, they can go to the hospital for it. And there will be no wait because there's not many people there. And most of them are just like, whatever, I could breathe in farts. How bad can my life be? Or how much worse can it be, honestly? Because if you could breathe in nothing but farts and live to tell the tale, I don't know how much you want to live anymore.
Oh man. Oh man, you got me. You got me with the Aryan flatulators. Oh.
Good.
Oh shit.
I'm glad. I'm glad. So I take it that I gave you what you wanted.
That'll do, Vic. That'll do.
Very
Oh
good.
man.
Um, I think, yeah, I have one more for you. I might get you in trouble with this one.
Oh no.
I might as well just sit here and start singing the edited magic song right now.
Okay.
Andy,
Mhm.
I want you to make the case as to why um, Black Lives Matter should not only focus on the color of one's skin, but also on kitchen appliances as well.
Uh, I you can't hear the incoherent blinking that I'm doing right now. Um. Okay, I think I understand the question, so I'm gonna give an explanation real quick, and if I'm in the way wrong territory, you can feel free to stop me.
Okay.
Okay. So, um,
Yeah,
the
good luck, mister. Why should they have to breathe in farts? Go ahead. Tell me why tell me why Rakim should matter just as much as a Kenmore refrigerator. Go.
everybody knows that the basic building blocks of what makes a society function is goes all the way back to when, man first fell out of the trees and decided to pick up a stick. You have to have the right tool for the right job. And in that instance, what is to say that, you have, especially in today's society where it seems like the strong take advantage of the weak, the rich man gets rich off of his laborers. That
Stop. 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 No.
but I mean, I don't know where you wanted me to go with that, but that is the only logical place that can go.
All right. let's name this thing.
um, what about
I have two. Go ahead with yours first, and then I'll give you mine too.
well, the first one that comes up is prejudice pie. Um,
That's a good one. I have the obvious. That'll do, pig.
right,
And the other one is labor ready.
labor ready, labor ready.
because your laborers is the word that that was my trigger word that I said stop to.
Right. Yeah, because I was trying to think of something to do with like the farts, but like I really did not want that in the title.
uh,
We did talk an awful lot about pie.
Aryan methane hood.
Aryan methane, although I do like that. You know, it all ties back into prejudice, though. Yeah, I'm also really hesitant to put Lives Matter in the title, too. Or just Lives Matter.
Well, we already did a Lives Matter thing. We did all Hooters Matter, remember?
Oh, we did do all Hooters Matter. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so we can't do that again.
No, we can't. I mean, we can. It's our show, but we shouldn't.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. Out of gas.
Give them the gas.
Give them the gas. Ah, I mean, some of our stuff is kind of toilet humor anyway.
I think we could do better. What about something referring to the earlier conversation?
We had some Christmas stuff. We had with the whole thing with Santa Claus.
You know, Labor Ready would also go towards the women working thing.
True.
But I feel like we never touch on our early.
We always name it after the stuff that comes at the end.
Yeah, those stuff that's fresh in our mind.
True.
The Michael Jordan of podcasts.
or you know, the Michael Jordan of titles. And the gift that keeps on farting.
Do you just want farts in the title?
No, I just, for some reason, like, I thought about that. And it's just like, you know, the little kid opening, like, you know, like, oh, it's from Santa. And then, like, you know, they burp it like a Tupperware container, just, oh.
How about just straight up Santa's not real?
Santa's not real. Yeah, I mean.
Or what about trailer chimneys?
Trailer chimneys. I could go with that. I could seriously go with that.
Trailer chimneys.
Trailer chimneys.
Oh, my childhood.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. No problem, soccer ball. All right, well, and
Maybe soccer ball too.
Yeah, leave it to a person of your heritage to say something along those lines. Oh,
Essay?
Hold on a second before before we go right into trailer chimneys. How about I just want to try this. Maybe something to do with Italian sandwiches.
Oh, greasy pepper pie.
Even then, the Italian hoagie sandwich talk came from more pie talk.
Sorry.
Oh my God! What are we stupid?
What?
What episode number is this?
13.
No, that's what week it is in football.
Right.
This is what, 19?
Yeah, 19.
All right, that's gonna have nothing to do with the title, but the title should just straight up be 3.14.
Pie. Oh, that's cute.
Why would it not be that?
I don't know. Oh, episode 19, 3.14.
Oh, you know you love it.
I mean, it's cute. It really is cute.
I'm just not incredibly sold on trailer chimneys, even though I came up with it.
Yeah, we can't rightly title it WAP sandwiches.
No, Andy, we can't.
I really want to.
God damn it, Andy.
Guido is Nito.
Stop!
I'm sorry.
Really thought I was going to be able to go a whole episode without editing, and there was a couple times that we were teetering on the edge.
You were teetering on the edge there a little bit. Oh, man.
Cool. How about edit edging?
Edit edging. No, all right. Edging. Oh. I don't know why anybody would do that to themselves.
Well, I know what my next make the case is going to be.
I get frustrated when I don't get enough from another person, let alone if I deny me that I have no charisma.
I'm kind of disappointed in you, by the way.
Why?
I wanted you to give me a Christmas theme make the case. I thought you were going to hit me with the make the case as to why Santa Claus is real.
Oh, that comes later actually.
Promise me you're going to give me that someday?
Yeah.
I promise you I'm going to give you the best answer you ever heard.
Oh, all right. I can do that.
All right.
Um, hmm.
I'm going to get biblical on your ass.
Oh no.
Raspberry pie?
Raspberry pie.
Because of raspberry being the fart noise?
Oh, okay.
It's a stretch.
Yeah, yeah, you would need to explain that.
Yeah, it's not really grabbing anyone.
Nah, I'm gonna say sloppy first.
Sloppy first.
Because we were talking about like first time we stopped believing in Santa Claus. The first time, we talked about, make the cases are kind of like firsts. And I was thinking about the hoagies, and I still say an Italian hoagie is sloppy as shit.
Eh.
Yeah, all right. I am totally set just to call it that'll do pick.
What was the other make the case you made me do?
There was the fart one, there was the
Spider-Man one.
yeah, the Spider-Man one, and the surprise anal.
Surprise anal. Are we being too critical on ourselves?
We probably are. Honestly, that'll do pick.
And there you have it, this week's episode of Side Splitters. aptly titled, That'll Do, Pig.
Yeah, that'll do pick.
My name is Lyle.
And I'm Andy.
See you next week, folks.
But later.
Later.
Later.